I am sweating my off. We've had a pretty busy, successful week. Things are going good. Yesterday was an awesome day. It was a first for me, and it was a first because I signed 2 leases in a single day. And these were leases for tenants that are going to be occupying properties. We just closed on 18th on this past Friday, so that was awesome. We were actually able to close that one in my wife's name, so we were able to obtain a 30-year fixed loan all under my wife's name. So we've been able to split these transactions up, so each time we're purchasing something, we're trying to get it under our own name, then convert it over to the LLC. And yesterday we received the wire for a tenant that's going to be moving in there. We got our prorated first month's rent, we got last month's rent, and we actually got a double security deposit just because there was an item on his qualifications that did not meet what we look for. So because of that, we made up for the difference by actually doing a double security deposit. So we actually have a $2,500 security deposit for that tenant. For Locust, the property we are standing at right now, my prized jewel, my best flip that I've ever personally done because I did it pretty much all start to finish. This one also got signed yesterday. So we went an entire 1 week, only 1 week, between having a tenant leave and having a new lease signed. So we're gonna have a 2-week down period of not collecting money on a property that was left in great shape and only cost us a day of work and $150 in supplies to get it back to its good former glory and rentable self. I did have to hold back $200 on the security deposit from the previous tenant because of the stack washer and dryer and that item not being there when we did our walkthrough. So in exchange for basically the cost of what I held back on the security deposit, I was able to obtain a new fence for this place. So it's nice. So let's keep people out of the property, make sure no one's walking here. And these new tenants actually have 2 big dogs. They were really appreciative. They actually love the fact that this entire yard is fenced in. I've actually got tenants now that both have dogs in both properties, and I don't mind it because they're single family homes. I'm an animal person myself. A lot of people will say don't rent to tenants with animals or pets. You know, that's for you to make that decision, and not for me to tell you what works and what doesn't work. But overall, this has been awesome. I can take a breath, get back to the basics of marketing and looking for off-market deals, and then focus on looking for our next rental property, because that's what it's all about, building that long-lasting rental portfolio that's gonna take care of myself and my family for the years to come. So buy smart, buy safe, but just go out and buy. So we're inside our very first duplex that we ever purchased. It's a cash flow machine, even through the constant turnover we've experienced while owning this thing for about 3.5 years. We've actually averaged a new tenant per year on each unit, on each side. The inside of these places doesn't usually take much of a beating because of it being tile floor and just being overall a small place. A 2-bedroom, 1 bath, which is the type of rentals I like to have because there's not a whole lot of plumbing to deal with. And across the board, they're just easier to handle. There's a lot less plumbing, electrical, everything. It's just less. But anyways, I just came over here. I heard that it just got emptied out yesterday and that there was a lot of stuff left in here. So I wanted to come check it out, see what I should expect in terms of move-out costs from whoever we hire to do this work, because I like to be on top of all that and watch my pennies. Overall, the inside of this place is clean. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna head up. We're gonna go check out the progress on our rehab up on 17th up in Bradenton. And good news, our other 2 rental properties on 18th and Locust. As of Tuesday, we have 2 leases signed. All the money has been deposited into our account, our first, last, and security for 2 sets of tenants. Everything went well. And what was so awesome was the fact that I was able to use my 18th property listing to find the actual tenant for my Locust property. So that worked really well, and that was a bit of a time saver. Even though the properties were in 2 different cities, the gods must be looking over me. Let's move on with our day. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are here, we're at our 17th rehab, and we are staged And we are live. We are on the MLS. We have got this property listed. We did list this for $239,777. So that is our list price. We expect it to go very quickly, just like a lot of the real estate in town is doing while the inventory is so low. So I'm sure we're gonna get offers from people that love the house and people that just don't care because they just want a house. They're just tired of the process and the searching. Just walking back through the property, it does look great. I'm gonna turn it around and show you guys the final product because I am happy with it. But I got this crazy punch list of items that need to be done, and it's 10:30. I'm sorry, it's 11 o'clock and nobody's here. Nobody's here. It's 11 a.m. They told me that the house would be ready for showings at 12 o'clock, and it's 11. I see one item out of my list of like 12 has been done, and they're trying to tell me they're gonna be done at 12. Lies. Nobody's here. So time for me to make some calls, but let me turn around and show you guys the finished product because it looks great, and I think you guys are gonna like it. To a property that a friend of ours, somebody that we've jointly partnered on a couple deals with, sent over to us a day ago. They finally just got a key over to the property that allows us to come check it out. It is a vacant property. Supposedly this is a pretty big project, as this guy typically brings us. Purchase price of around $320,000. It could be upwards of an $80,000 rehab, and that's what we're going to come out here and determine while we're looking at it, with a projected resale of maybe around $500,000. Currently the house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. At least that's what our records show us, and it has a first floor that was unpermitted. Living space enclosed. The pictures from the MLS, because this was an MLS property, have it looking a little bit like a disaster. So we can tell this is a big permitted job, but there's the opportunity to convert it from 1,400 square feet upwards to closer to 2,200 square feet, maybe 2,400 square feet. All right, so I'm gonna check out the rest of this house. I'll get you guys an update of what I'm thinking, numbers-wise, my opinion. I told you guys, the guy that sent this to me is thinking he's claiming around $80,000 for this project, but I'm gonna look, I'm gonna start writing my figures down and let you guys know what I'm thinking. Second floor, I've already looked at the first floor, which was unpermitted. A lot of great use space down there. You could actually have a 3-1 downstairs, along with the 2 bedrooms upstairs, one of them being the master, and or an office. So you could convert this house to a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with a great use of space. I am looking at this property as if it's a $80,000 to $90,000 rehab, just to get it to what it's gonna sell for, closer to that $500,000, if not higher price point. So time to go work up the numbers, see if I can get my rehabber, my GC over here, my general contractor, to give me his quote and let me know if it's a project he'd be willing to take on. All right, we have done it. We have made it to the finish line at our South Venice Rehab property. We are actually just doing a final little walkthrough here. The other agent came through this morning. She did her walkthrough. The only request was that that we ended up having some of this remaining trash that was in some of the trash cans taken away. Luckily tomorrow is trash day, so I can just put the trash bins out, but I was just doing one more quick walkthrough here. Everything went smooth. We ended up getting the window permit closed out literally 3 days before closing. So it was kind of down to the wire there. We do just have to have our general contractor sign a notice of completion, something title companies usually like to see if there was an open permit when the property had the lien searches and all the county searches go through the system. So if they do end up seeing that, they're gonna wanna make sure they cover all their bases, and even if the county shows that the property has been closed out, they still wanna see a notice of completion signed off and notarized by that contractor. So everything went good here. I can't wait to share with you guys all the final figures on this property so you can see the potential of what can happen when you're rehabbing houses in an appreciating market, because I have been in an appreciating market for the past 5 years, but not like it is for the past year lately. Thanks for following along at our property down here on Shade in South Venice. It's a wrap.